Like, I wish I had a cute aesthetic chair to sit here in front of my bookshelf, but instead I have a spinny desk chair, which isn't cute, but I can spin in circles, so who's the real winner here? Welcome to my first ever reading vlog. I am so excited to be doing this. I think it's gonna be a great adventure to go on. My goal is to read romance books because it is February and it is Valentine's Day coming up. So earlier I went to Target and I bought 4 different romance books. They all seem to be kind of really different from each other, which I think is great. It's like a wide variety of romance, which is good. It's almost 9 p.m. I was planning on starting this way earlier, but you know, life happens, and I got home from Target and I wanted to film this right away, and my dad was like, hey, do you want to go snowshoeing before you have to go to work? So instead I went snowshoeing with him, and I'm not mad about it because it was so pretty out and it started snowing like really hard when we were walking, and it was just so pretty. But yeah, so now it's 9 p.m. and I'm finally gonna talk about the books that I bought so that I can start reading them, because I'm giving myself like a week to read these books. My goal is, so today is February 2nd, it's Tuesday. My goal is to be done filming this so I can start editing it by like next Tuesday or Wednesday, because I want it to go up on the Friday before Valentine's Day. So, we'll see how many books I get through before then. 4 books in a week is a little bit ambitious for me, but I feel like contemporaries and romance is a genre that I typically tend to read faster than like a fantasy or a sci-fi, because there's less world building and character building to understand. So I'm hopeful that maybe I can finish most of them. I got 4 books, so I'm hoping to at least finish 3 of them is like my baseline goal. And in a perfect world I will finish all 4, but we'll see how that goes. So the first book that I got is not one of the books that I want to read for this vlog. I just saw it and I had to buy it. And it is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, and it is a signed first edition, and I saw it and I bought it. It's just how it happens sometimes. I loved The Hate U Give, and this is a prequel to that book. It follows Star's father, Maverick, and I literally don't know a single other thing about this book other than that, and to be honest I kind of want to keep it that way. It probably won't make any other appearances in this video, but I just thought I'd mention it because I bought it today. Hello friends, it is editing Kristen here, and the descriptions that I gave of the books that I bought for this book haul in my original video are genuinely just way too long. Like, if I were to put them in here, this vlog would be probably like over an hour long. So I'm going to cut them out, and present Kristen, am going to give quick little synopsises of all of the books that I bought so that this video is shorter. So here we go. The first book is Happily Ever Afters by Elise Bryant, and this book is a YA contemporary about a girl who goes to a performing arts kind of school where she specifically is focusing on writing, and when she gets kind of like writer's block, her and her best friend come up with this plan that she is to try to fall in love so that she can start writing her romance stories again, and as you can probably assume, shenanigans ensue. So that is this one. The next one is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade, and this is an adult romance focusing on like fan fiction. It takes place both in the real world, and a lot of it takes place on like chat forums within this fandom group that these 2 people are a member of, and one of them is actually an actor in the series that these 2 are fans of, and she doesn't know that he's an actor in these series, and they end up meeting in real life, not knowing that they are also best friends online, and it just becomes a whole big thing, and I will talk more about it in my actual vlog, so I'll leave you there with that one. The next one is A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Manda, and this is a historical fiction romance. It revolves around a main character who is writing for a newspaper, and she focuses mainly on crimes and like murder and what's going on, and she ends up stumbling upon the crime scene of a Scotland Yard detective a couple of times throughout this book. They kind of start out not really liking each other, and from there it evolves into this relationship. It's a little bit of an enemies to lovers type vibe going on, and yeah. Last book that I bought, which I actually did not get to read during this vlog, I only read those first 3, but this is one that I bought, so I'll still talk about it, is In 5 Years by Rebecca Serle, and I am still so excited to read this book at some point. Sad I didn't get to it in the vlog, but that's okay. This book follows a main character who just, has her life together, and her long-term boyfriend just proposed to her at the beginning of this story. And at one point she goes to bed and she has a dream, or I guess she kind of enters this alternate reality that is her life 5 years down the road, but it's completely different from what she ever imagined it would be. And then it kind of follows her back in her present day life, trying to figure out what to do with all of that information and kind of see what happens. And like I said, I didn't read this one in this vlog, but it's something that I'm still looking forward to reading, and I did buy it on that Target trip, so I figured I would talk about it a little bit for you here as well. Alright, I'm gonna go back to editing this now, and hopefully it won't be 12 million years long. Thank you guys for watching. Bye! I'm thinking that I want to start with either spoiler alert or happily ever afters, because I feel like they have kind of similar tropes and energy to them. One of them's adult, one of them's YA, so like they are a little bit different in that sense, but out of the 4 that I have, I feel like they're the most similar to each other. So I think I want to start with one of those and then read A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem in between the 2 of them and finish it all off within 5 years. And I think that that will like perfectly round out this week of romance that I have planned for myself. I feel like I haven't read like a romance book in so long, which is truly a lie because I read Love and Olives in January, which is like a contemporary romance more or less. But wow, look at these babies. Look at us go. Did I spend too much money at Target today? Absolutely. Am I okay with it? Also absolutely. So okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go start reading and I will see you guys in the morning. Hello again. It is now Thursday morning, and by Thursday morning I mean it's almost noon. I did not film it all yesterday. I like thought about it and then totally didn't. But since I spoke to you last, I finished Spoiler Alert, so that's really exciting. And I will get into this in a second. But I just want to say that yesterday I was blessed with a snow day because there was too much snow for me to go to work. So I truly did nothing all day yesterday. I went snowshoeing again because apparently that's what you do in upstate New York when it's snowy. And then I sat around by the fireplace and read this book, and it was so nice. And I actually ended up finishing this morning, and oh my goodness, it was so cute. Like, it was so squishy. And I just absolutely ended up loving it, like way more than I initially thought that I would. Like the first 25 to 30 pages, I was a little bit skeptical about whether or not I would actually end up enjoying it. But wow, oh wow, these characters were so incredible. I ended up loving them so much. And there was like so many more layers than I feel like I'm used to having in characters in a romance book. I really like understood their struggles, and it felt like everything was explained really well, and like everything had like a really great purpose to it. It didn't feel like there was a lot of fluffy stuff going on. Like everything really helped build the storyline, and it was just so good. I ended up giving it 4 stars. And yeah, so now I'm going to film a YouTube video or 2 before I have to go to work, and I'll probably start meal prepping for dinner. My mom and I have this deal because I work in the evenings. I do all of like the chopping and prep work for dinner, and then when she gets home from work, she actually does the cooking, which is a really nice little arrangement that we have going on. If I have time before I have to leave for work, I'm going to start A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem, which genuinely, the more I think about it, the more excited I am about it. I can't wait. I think that it's going to be really fun. I've really started enjoying historical fiction a lot more recently, so I'm hopeful that this one is no exception. All right, so I'm gonna go and I will check in with you guys again later. Bye. Say hi. Yeah, hello. Hello, I'm here with Topaz to give you a very brief update on A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem. I read 8 pages of this book before I left for work, and that is all that I have read. It's now about 10 p.m. I got home from work at like 8:30 and had dinner and hung out with my parents for a little while, and now I'm gonna get ready for bed and read more of this book. But my initial thoughts on this book are that I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I read the author's blurb, like her little bio in the back of the book, and she talks about Nancy Drew, which like doesn't really matter, but I was so excited about it. She talked about how she read the Nancy Drew books growing up, and I didn't really read like the books, but I am an avid player of the Nancy Drew computer games, so when I read that, I got really excited. I don't know what time period it takes place in because I'm so terrible with like timelines, and is it Renaissance? Is it Victorian? Who's to say? But it really just seems like it's gonna be some badass ladies in floor-length skirts and corsets trying to overthrow the patriarchy, and I have no qualms with that. Like, I am perfectly happy with that. But yeah, so that is my update on that, and I'm really excited to keep reading. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will give you guys another update tomorrow. I don't have work tomorrow, but I am playing D&D tomorrow night, so that will be a fun little adventure. But yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I'm super excited about this book. I made it through work alive. All is well in the world. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Say goodnight, Topaz. We'll see them tomorrow. Yeah, tell them goodnight. She's making biscuits for you guys. We'll see how it comes out tomorrow. Bye. Hello, friends. Topaz and I are coming at you again with another update about this romance reading week. I have not gotten as much reading done today as I kind of thought that I would, but I did edit and upload a YouTube video where I called myself out about series that I've owned for too long and haven't read, so if you want to watch that, it's out now. And then I started to file my taxes, and the program I was using was being annoying, so I stopped, and I'm gonna wait until my dad can help me later. So we love that for us. Being an adult is fun. But yeah, it is currently Friday. It is about 2:30, almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just hanging out. I don't have work today, which is why I look a little bit like a goblin, but when you don't have work, you might as well look gross, right? Anyway, I am about 100 pages, just over 100 pages into A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem, and I just want to talk about all of the other, like, pop culture things that this reminds me of, because there are so many. 1, I just watched Bridgerton in January. I binged watched the whole season in one day, which is a little bit aggressive of me because it's like 10 one-hour episodes. It's fine. But this, I like cannot stop reading it in Julie Andrews' voice that she like narrated Bridgerton with. I don't know what's going on there. It also really reminds me of BBC Sherlock. Like, they keep talking about Scotland Yard and they're trying to solve like a murder mystery, and I just keep thinking about Sherlock and John Watson and how much I love those boys, which is great. It also is now reminding me of Clue, like either the movie or the board game, but I am specifically thinking about the board game because that is what holds my heart. I love the board game Clue. If anyone ever wants to play Clue with me, I'm on my way. I love that game so much. I am finding it a little bit like interesting the way that the romance feels like it's gonna be tied in. I'm not hating it. It just every once in a while they'll be in the middle of like talking about this investigation in the murder case, and they'll be like, oh, but they look so beautiful right now. I can't. I'm like, okay, guys, calm down. It's a little bit weird. But I mean, I don't hate it. I'm excited to like actually see these characters develop a relationship because they were off to a rocky start. It's like a little bit very briefly enemies to lovers, and I'm here for it. Now I'm gonna read some more, make dinner, just, probably watch some booktube while I cook. That's kind of what I've been doing lately, and I really like it because I don't have a lot of other free time to watch booktube and YouTube, so I've been doing it like while I'm cutting vegetables and getting dinner ready, which is really nice. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and I will check in with you guys again probably later today. I am playing D&D tonight, so I probably won't get much more reading done today, and I definitely won't get any reading done after that session's over because I have work tomorrow morning. So that's where I'm at. I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Hello again. I am back with another update on this romance reading adventure. It is currently Sunday. It's almost 5 p.m. My parents and I are very shortly going over to our neighbor's house to watch the Super Bowl. It is socially distant. We are in a little quarantine pod together, and there will only be 5 of us there. So we are staying COVID safe this Super Bowl season. But I did just finish reading A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem, and honestly, I really enjoyed this book, but I'm a little bit, it felt like there was a lot happening, and I'm not necessarily mad about it, but it was a lot of layers. It was historical fiction, mystery, romance. I definitely think that like the historical fiction and the romance took the front seat and the mystery took a little bit more of a back seat, which I'm not mad about, as this is a romance reading vlog. But there was just a lot going on. There was a lot happening. I'm thinking this is probably like 3.5 or 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. I thought the characters were super fun. And I think I said this last time I talked about this book, but it really felt like a combination of like Sherlock and Bridgerton, which is like such a weird combination, but it actually worked like really well. And I also just found out that there's a second book, like a companion novel about some of the side characters in this book that are coming out in the fall of this year. So I will be keeping my eyes open for that because it genuinely like is a world that I would like to revisit. It was really fun. But yeah, I'm about to head out to watch the Super Bowl. I think I might take my next book, Happily Ever Afters, with me, just because I'm that person. Like if we're going to a sporting event, I want to have a book with me because I'm a psychopath. But really, football can only hold my attention for so long, so can you blame me? I'm gonna head out, but I will check in with you again soon, hopefully after having started and read a decent chunk of Happily Ever Afters. Just in case you forgot what the cover looked like, it's sitting right next to me, so I figured I'd show it to you guys, and this cover is so cute. Alright, so that's my update, and I will check back in with you very soon after I have read some of this cutie right here. Hello again. I just got back from the Super Bowl, and genuinely, I did not pay attention to the game like at all. My neighbor has been making some Valentine's cards for senior citizens in nursing homes, so I helped her make and sign some of those. There's an initiative in our area right now that someone started where if you send these Valentines to a nursing home, they will distribute them to the residents for you, so you don't have to send them to someone specific. They will just get distributed throughout the home, which I think is awesome. Especially right now with everything that's going on with COVID and these people aren't able to see their families all the time. I just think that it's something super nice to do for our community. And then after that, I started reading Happily Ever Afters, and I read 100 pages of this book during the Super Bowl. Like I said, I genuinely did not pay attention to the game at all, but I am already obsessed with this book. YA contemporary is like probably my favorite genre. I love it so much, and this is so good. I have already literally fallen in love with the main character, Tessa. I think that she is incredible. In this book, she is starting at a new arts high school where she specifically is in like the creative writing department, and as she gets into it, she just realizes that she can't write anymore, and it talks a lot about her anxiety and the way that she's feeling in this new situation. And another interesting plotline about this book is that her brother has disabilities, and it is explained so well, and it's something that I don't see in a lot of young adult books, or adult books for that matter. It's typically not a topic that I've seen a lot of in books that I've been reading, so I've been finding it really interesting, and I love the way that the characters have been developed and the way that her family dynamic is shown, especially with the fact that her brother has these disabilities. And on top of that, it's just this really cute, like, story, and I'm already feeling so passionate about her, and I just really want her to succeed. And there is a little bit of a love triangle brewing. I am not the biggest fan of love triangles, but I already think I know which way it's gonna lean, and I think the boy that she's gonna end up with is just absolutely such a squishy baby. Like, I love him so much. I think he's so precious and cute. I'm just really excited to keep reading this. I'm absolutely loving it so far. Right now my plan is to just get ready for bed, curl up, maybe read a couple more chapters before I go to sleep, and then hopefully tomorrow I will finish this book. I would love to get to in 5 years before I end this reading vlog. I'm not sure that I'm going to though, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna keep on reading and we're just gonna keep on talking about these books. This one is so cute though. I like missed YA Contemporary, even though I truly read one like in the middle of January. This one is just so sweet. I really, really love it right now. I think that's it for this update, and I will see you guys again very soon with another one. Hello again, friends. I'm currently sitting on the floor next to my bookshelf because that felt like the right place to finish up this video. It is currently about an hour before I have to go to work on Monday afternoon, and I just finished Happily Ever Afters by Elise Bryant, and this book was so good. Like, I don't really know what I was expecting going into it, but what I got out of it was incredible. This book was so sweet, and it's so beautifully tied together, these stories about family and friendship and falling in love, and it was just so good. Like, definitely probably like 4.5, maybe even 4.75 stars. Like, I'm gonna give this 5 stars on Goodreads. I really loved it. I thought that it was so good. Tessa was just such a sweet main character, and it was so interesting to just like watch her going through her life at her new high school, and it was so good. I'm like so sad that it's over, but literally all I did today was read this book. I truly sat on my couch downstairs and read the rest of this book. I read the whole thing in under 24 hours. Like, it was just so good, and I could not stop reading. But yeah, I think that is where I'm going to end off this reading vlog. I know that I had talked about also reading in 5 years in this video, but it has been like 6 days since I first started this video, and I think that 3 books in 6 days is pretty good. And I just really want to make sure that I have enough time to edit this and get it out to you guys before Valentine's Day. This book was like such a high to end it on that I think I'm just gonna stop here, and hopefully I'll keep making reading vlogs in the future because I really enjoyed this. It was really good motivation, and it's so nice to like have someone to talk to while I'm going through the reading process. It makes it really fun. This week was so much fun. I read, spoiler alert, A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem and Happily Ever Afters. I really enjoyed all 3 of them. They all brought something totally different to the table, and it was really nice to kind of see those subtle changes all within like the same genre of romance, even though they were all different genres within their own right. And yeah, it was just really great. If any of you guys check out these books or have read them before, let me know. I would love to know your thoughts on them. I just thought that they were all really sweet and really good, and it was so nice to read them all, get myself in the Valentine's Day mood. To be honest, I'm not typically a big fan of Valentine's Day, but this was really nice doing this. It just was sweet, and I just am all warm and bubbly inside. I like can't stop thinking about Happily Ever Afters. It made me so much happened. It was so good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. If you liked this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my content and some more reading vlogs in the future. I love talking about books with all of you, so thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye!